another
That
slant
is from Rasta. He wants blood, and he will get some Starboy Ball. Easy way. What's the deja vu? Actually, for his ADC, as he gets late and open up with an extended signal arrow. New is the kill lane.
That's gets the kill. There is the 3-man shockwave. Body 1-point link ultimate. Explosive cast. Plus the Howling Gale. That is a double kill. Sarah will.
And right, Glenn will just be one shot after that. Blizzard eyeing Kanako here, iconic as well. This will be a triple.
Welcome back, ladies and gents, to Lenovo Low Collegiate League, wherein UPD Diliman actually got their first win against De La Salle University Dasmariñas. Of course, we're going to be heading into Game 2 of our second matchup for the day. But before anything else, we are going to be your casters. Introductions, of course. This is Arctic at your service. And, of course, with me is Rockhart on the panel. Well, not panel, actually. On the, what do you, like,
the desk. Let's call it
the desk. There we go.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, this is a great game so far. These high-octane games from both these teams. Props to both of them, but of course to UPD for securing that first win. We have also another winner, and you can guess where this is from. This is for...
Okay, yeah. Of course, the question was, who is a former PGS caster from UPD Oblation Esports? Of course, the correct answer is my brother from another. That is going to be their support, UPD NEEP. And of course, congratulations to Jonathan Melendres for winning. Of course, you won our mystery gift. And be sure to expect that mystery gift in up to 5 working days. Wherein manalangin tayo, one prayer for sana legendary or ultimate skin. Postfire Ezreal, wag po Triad Soraka, wag po ano po ba yung mga 60 peso skin. Imperial Shinjao,
yung Amumu na may helmet.
Little Knight Amumu. Yeah. So going into the pick and ban for UPD again. Of course, this is game for UPD Oblation Esports and De La Salle University Dasmariñas. So wait a minute. Oh, Fiora and Jana being banned out.
Bans going in left and right. Wow, bilis, and they are UPD. For some reason, they are banning most utility supports. I would think that NEEP actually likes to play utility support, so it's kind of a... I guess this is gonna be respect for K, because we have seen a lot of great Janna plays from K. I think he's part of the highlight reel here, where you saw that his Howling Gale was actually really big impact, and I think UPD recognizes that, and that's why they have these bans.
There you go. So a lot of supports, a lot of definition on the supports being banned out. So a lot of respect for NEEP. And yeah, I mean, let's go ahead and check. Look at the picks actually just rolling out right ahead. So let's go ahead and run through these real quick. So it's going to be the Lee Sin followed by the Twitch and Graga's response. Then the Caitlyn and Nami. So UPD gonna...
this is basically the same, right?
Yeah.
The same dual lane from the other side of the fence.
Yeah, so it's kind of like a little bit of a swap again.
Yeah.
Pero mukhang hindi magduduo goals tong si Scyther and K would not be opting for the...
Yeah.
I was kind of...
It was really hard. It was very difficult for what do you call this? UPD to pull it off. It was high levels of synergy between that Sai and Rakan that actually eked out a lot of differences. And I don't think LaSalle Dasma is gonna try to emulate that. Although I like the ban on the Zac here, and I think this is something that we will see more as the games progress, because I think teams are starting to realize that this kidnap for ransom Zac is not something that you should take lightly. You will not ignore this. Wow, I like the ban. Now that they have full bans here on the side of UPD.
a lot of bans out, a lot of ban outs from K right there.
Yeah. Wow, this is Sona, not something that you see a lot. I think they want to avoid any pocket picks, which is and Morgana, which is fallen short lately, because the shields that a lot of teams want these days are more of a shield that actually blocks all damage, not just magic damage. So I guess the side of UPD, they are very aware of support, the power of supports, and that's what they'll be banning this time. And again, this is the theme of the UPD LaSalle game, right? I'm gonna ban supports which is contrasting to what happened last few games, which was pure jungle. So, and I like the picks here. Look at this. This is not something you see every day again. Taric as a support for this Twitch, which is great. Tarek can do a lot of zoning and a lot of, at the same time, support for Twitch. So this is something that we will have to look forward to in the game to come.
Not to mention the fact that if you're gonna look at the game earlier, UPD actually, if you're gonna look at their bot lane in particular, both itong si Blizzard tsaka si Neep, they actually really define the pace of the game.
Wow.
So that being said, if you guys notice yung mga support focus bans, it just suffocates DLSU's potential even more. And talagang itong test, this is a huge test for K. A lot of supports being banned out. What could you bring out? This Stark will just have to see how he performs on this champion as we head into Game 4, ladies and gents, between UPD Liman versus DLSU University Dasmariñas. Mag-ingay kayo sa ating YouTube or Facebook chat, wherever you guys are watching right now. Supportahan nyo kung sino ang mga bets nyo sa game na to. UPD ba o DLSU? Rak-rak ka na!
Alright, so all members of the game, of the teams, are blocking out wherever they have to be to keep safe. But you're gonna have to wonder, what happened to this Tarek? I mean, was this the result of maybe UPD blocking out almost pure supports? Is K having to pull out this pocket pick because his usual champions are being banned out?
Alam mo, kung based sa picks ng DLSU, actually really like the Tarek pick going up against the composition of UPD. Kasi the thing with UPD is that once you're able to survive the barrage of attacks coming from champions like the Kennen, like the Vladimir, like even Veer to boot, let's say if you could negate a lot of that damage through Tarek's ultimate, then you could really get things rolling. Lalo na if you're gonna look at the Kled versus Kennen, medyo tricky yan eh.
Oh yeah.
For Mad God lalo. So that being said, I feel like patience is key for DLSU in this case. They really want to make sure that they hold up, because feeling ko talaga UPD has a lot of strength in the earlier phases.
That's right.
Until such time that DLSU gets the itemization that they need to go up to par.
That's right. Pero alam mo, partner, medyo double-edged sword din yung ultimate, pag-asa nila sa ultimate PK. I mean, look at the lineup here for LaSalle. They have a Kled. They have an Ari, and they have a Twitch, which will rely on proper timing for K to execute that ultimate and keep everyone safe while they do their thing, while they dish out damage. If that fails, alanganin tayo.
Oh, Veer actually revealing himself a little bit earlier as Asa is actually within the area, but looks like it's going to be the 1v1 between Veer and Asa. Veer medyo lingering, actually allowing Brambleneck to deal a few autos. But wow, look at this steal though. Nako. Veer actually continuing the chase onto Asa, but will be contenting himself. That's a very crucial denial.
That's actually right, and I'm actually surprised that none of the laners actually responded to that. They were there for a long time. So I think they were very confident in leaving that to their junglers because they knew that they could take it. And somehow Veer he was just right on point with his mic.
Yeah, but look at the damage. Scyther taking a lot of damage earlier on it. Ito yung sinasabi ko, they really had to figure out how they could get past this early phase of the game. Especially Blizzard and Neep, like I mentioned, they dictate the tempo of what happened in the latter phases of the game. That being said, if K and Scyther if they kind of fall behind from just this harass that's happening from both Blizzard and Neep right now, it's just going to be trickier for them to kind of translate that into some level of strength they could potentially have in the mid phase of the game.
That's right, and that's something you don't want to just let happen. So that's probably why now UPD is pushing up way down on the minion waves for the top lane. For the bottom lane, they are pushing down, and I think they want something to happen very soon.
Oh, wow, look
and
at this
speaking of something that happens very soon, that's first blood for Iconic there, right out of nowhere. Did you see what happened there? He just disappeared, man. Kled, that was a 2 health Kled, you know? When you kill it, when you do damage, it's gonna go info with a Scarf. How did he do that so fast?
It's a certain level of calculation that you need, but then again, this is UPD that we're talking about. They're definitely very much calculated in how they play out their games. And, again, this is the harass battle happening once again. K taking a lot of damage, though, but then again, luckily that isn't on me. They do have that sustain to negate some of the poke. But then again, to what extent? Because, of course, that is a Monix skill. But let's go ahead and check out what happened here.
We have a replay here of what happened. So yeah, Iconic was in a great place to poke it out. I think Mad God went a bit out of position there, and that's why Iconic was able to pull it off. But no, actually no, Mad God was still under and he did not back off all the way. I think Mad God wanted to bait in Iconic a bit more. Although they did both expend Flash, that's gonna be a smooth kill for Iconic. He knew that he wasn't getting turret aggro. He calculated the risk and he went for it.
Oh,
so,
man.
Wow. So I know. Where would you credit that? Would you credit that to Iconic's skill or Mad God's failure to back?
I think it goes both ways, but then again, I couldn't blame Mad God because Iconic was definitely in the position to kind of take down Mad God. It would have been, because like if you recall, he would have been a sitting duck, very much susceptible to Iconic's skill shot. So it's definitely a gamble in that case.
Yeah, I guess I see what you mean. If he just did a normal recall like what I was expecting he would, he might have been got out of position and you wouldn't have gotten anything for it.
Exactly.
So yeah, I got your point there. So Mad God again playing on the edge of the knife here with Iconic. Is a dive gonna come in here soon?
Oh man, Iconic so far definitely very gutsy in this game, but he has a lot of reason to be Kennen versus Kled. You know, Kled definitely will be struggling just the range disadvantage. Not to mention the fact that, you know, Kled is all about the all-ins when you want to go for the trade. And technically when you're up against a Kennen, that's kind of what you don't want to do. So
yeah.
It's very frustrating for a Kled in this case.
Or at least it's not something you want to do at this point of the game. Maybe later when you have a bit more tankiness or maybe a bit magic resist, you could maybe opt for what do you call that, Veil?
Yeah.
The blocks out damage, Hex Drinker, right? Maybe you could have that, but now a small skirmish on the bot lane.
Oh my goodness, Scyther taking quite the number of damage, but then again, that's gonna be... actually, ano pala, I was saying how Scyther had sustained because of the Nami. Taric pala.
Yeah, Taric.
Because of the shield. So luckily that is a Taric that kind of helps negate some of the poke coming from both Blizzard and Neep here. But that being said, yeah, going back to the top lane here, talagang it's so tricky for Mad God. If you guys notice, kaka-teleport lang niya back sa lane, like a few seconds after, gets a lot of harass from Iconic, forced to back away once again without the teleport, and it's just gonna, like, it's definitely up to us here to kind of help balance that out for Mad God, because if not, then I feel like the CS difference is just gonna keep on going. Oh no! Look at the aggression coming from UPD naman, going on to Arkmon, but looks like Arkmon will be surviving for the meantime, backing away.
Yeah, Flash is expended for that Ahri, and Arkmon just great sidestepping, and he was able to do that without much damage.
So yeah, again.
Wow, that's amazing. That's the overall amazing play there from. Props to Veer. He wanted to make the play happen. He had the position to do it. He was in right. Wasn't in vision. No wards on him. He was able to pull it off. Just a bit of dodging skills there for Arkmon. So overall, both teams were in the proper mindset coming into that fight.
But yeah, it's actually interesting. If you guys are noticed, this is actually a little bit, I wouldn't say it's actually a slower pace, because there's actually some level of proactive movement happening across the map. It's just that I feel like both sides realizing what's on the line here, playing this a little bit more carefully.
Right.
You know, it's not that bumagal yung pace ng game, it's just that both sides are being more careful to avoid any form of aggression that could happen from both sides as far as the first 10 minutes of the game.
Yes, and you can't blame them for playing conservatively, because they don't want those early advantages going to the opposite side just because of a small misstep. So they want to give it a wide berth so that they will have room for error, and that they just hindi yung tipong isang small move lang na mali mo, boom, sabog na yung advantage mo. They don't want that. So this is actually what you want, and this is coming from, again, two macro-minded teams, and that's very understandable. That's what you want in this stage of the game at around just 8 minutes.
So yeah, tingnan natin how this will transpire for DLSU. But let's go ahead and Asta though actually being spotted out by Veer here. So but yeah, as I was saying, let's go ahead and review what's on the line here. Because if you're gonna look at the points right now, DLSU University of Marinas, they're definitely put in a very awkward position because, like I mentioned, they needed a 2-0 from this game to secure their spot. But because they have that one loss from UPD, overall they're at 2 losses right now, so they couldn't afford another loss. Plus the fact that there's that condition that if they want to remain in the running to potentially win this, should they go 1-1, they have to hope that UPD naman loses another game in their next matchup against University of Caloocan, which is kind of tricky because knowing how UPD Diliman has been playing this thus far, it might actually be a little bit easier for them. But let's see how this charge will go. I heard that charge. Oh no! Looks like Iconic will be caught up, but definitely has that stun though. Look at the damage though going on to Asta. I'm not sure Iconic will be able to survive this though. Asta ultimately getting the kill through that explosive.
That was actually a very clean engage there. Asta going in with the click, they were able to get into a position where all of Iconic's exits were actually blocked off. And you know, Iconic's flash, he was expended, and they took a kill, they took a flash, that was amazing.
Look at the kill though, Arcmon getting the kill onto Berserk, dang.
That was amazing footwork there from Arcmon, again, shows you, this is gonna be like the second time I'm gonna commend Arcmon's footwork and basically his overall micro. Because, yeah, that's basically what you want in a mid laner. You want a control mage in this point that can dish out damage and still take the punishment.
But here we go, Asta looking for round 2. Will this be possible though? Both ults down for both Mad God and Asta respectively. So I don't think this will actually be as successful as earlier. But then again, so is Iconic, not having access to the slicing nostrum just yet. Only half its way through its cooldown. So here we go though. Looks like it's going to be a 2v2 though between both top and junglers though. But Mad God taking a lot of damage right away. Fear as well, but unfortunately he will be the first to go down. Asta forced to back away, taking a lot of poke, ultimately gets the kill. That's going to be a 2-0 in favor of UP Diliman.
Yeah, that was Iconic calculating everything, every angle that was going to happen before it was happening. You weren't really expecting that. I don't think Iconic saw that Gragas was in that bush, but they were great in predicting that somehow maybe Gragas was somewhere here. Maybe he was somewhere near the bottom of the lane. Maybe he was somewhere near the fog. So yeah, and at the end of that, Iconic even had the confidence to flash that badge. Even though he was still skilling on that.
Exactly, but that's an excellent bubble though coming from Neat right there, connecting onto Arcmon, but still it doesn't necessarily translate to anything, but still, that is information though.
Yeah, and information is power at these points of the game, because you don't really have enough, you don't want to expend your resources into just purely warding. You want to have at least some sense of instinct. You have to use that so that you can save up those resources and maybe channel them towards something more useful, like more for damage or more for survivability, depending on what you need.
Oh no, but this is actually starting to get, this is where DLSU will be put to the test. That, like I said, they just really need to make sure that they try to hold off UPD as much as possible. That being said, turrets down already from DLSU, not to mention the fact that the gold deficit is at a staple 3,000 thus far, and it's basically attributed not only to the objectives being taken from UPD, but also the fact that if you're going to look at the CS for top lane, for mid lane, for bot lane, it's all in favor of UP Diliman. So this is another scenario wherein if De La Salle University doesn't start being proactive in the mid phase of the game, which is technically where they should be starting with the composition that they have, it's just going to allow UPD the room to slowly build up on this lead that they have right now.
Yeah, exactly. That's where you want to be when you're in a composition like this. You want an early advantage, but somehow UPD is reading into this very well, and they are still blocking what the Dasma is trying to do. So I'm seeing a bit of a pattern here. UPD is eking out these small incremental advantages over a game without really big flashy plays happening. I mean, you would be surprised. Where is this 3.5k gold lead coming from? I haven't seen like a 5-man ace or anything. So this overall UPD playing economic. Whoa!
Kill though onto Mad God, but here comes Scyther and K looking for some sort of vengeance though. Will they be able to do so? Looks like Iconic getting the stun though. Unfortunately, Iconic doesn't have access to the slicing Maelstrom. Scyther taking a lot of damage, but ultimately will be going down. But in exchange, that's going to be the Rip Herald for UP Diliman.
Yeah, a bit of a trade there that LaSalle Dasma had to opt into. This is what was happening earlier in the first match as well, when they knew that they couldn't really contest this. So they just went ahead and tried to minimize their losses. They sent 2 people up on top lane, and that's what happened. They were able at least to secure the kill. Great props there for K. Great timing on that ultimate. He was able to survive. Cypher was able to survive that onslaught because of him. So again, this is LaSalle Dasma eking out, minimizing their losses. and knowing when they lost the fight.
There we go. And what's actually interesting in there is that if you guys noticed earlier, it was actually Asta that was using the Lee Sin. So it's kind of here showing his own signature plays on what he could do when he has the Lee Sin on his court. But yeah, what I'm really looking forward to is that, this is going to be very interesting though. Berserk actually forced to Sanguine pull out, but that's going to be the explosive blast, so forced to flash away. This might get interesting. Here comes Fear though, taking a lot of damage, ultimately going down to Asa. That's going to be 4 members of DLSU converging on this mid lane, wanting in on this outer mid turret.
Oh, that was super clean of DLSU. You saw that they were charging, and they were with flashes spent on both ends. Both at this DLSU trying to get into it, and they will get the tower. But no, Mad God is not done. He is not done at all, and I think now he should be, because they see that Iconic is pushing down on the bot lane, and that is something that you do not want to happen as well.
I love the distractions coming in from UPD. Here is the teleport coming from Mad God to respond to this. Still though, mission accomplished though by Iconic. I really love the pressure that he was exerting. This was very textbook what we've been seeing of UPD thus far, and it's definitely working miracles. I wouldn't say miracles, but it's been definitely working to their advantage in an absolutely amazing way. Same trend that we've seen in Game 1, making good use of the same strategy in Game 2. Definitely working out with them, but look at Berserk though, going in on the front line, dealing a lot of damage onto Archmon.
Berserk going Berserk, and now UPD is going to utilize the Rift Herald and just get a short tower. But somehow Iconic is in the back line here.
There we go. But looks like they will be contending themselves with this outer mid turret, and looks like Rift Herald. Tuloy. Grabe.
Oh, he's not. He's unstoppable, bro.
Yeah, man, look at the damage though. Pero looks like UPD actually very good on them. Will be rotating through this Ocean Drake, going very well that DLSU already was there to defend their turret from the Rift Herald. Translating that to an objective instead. Still very well played by UPD Liman.
Yeah, and that was surprising despite all of that. Despite getting a turret. And they, I give props to UPD. That was very fast. Turret, tas biglang dragon, that's not something you see a lot. But somehow, I mean, gold team. It's steady on 3.5. Somehow, LCL Dasma is eking out advantages on some parts of the map where it's not very visible always on camera, but you know it's there. And that's how their presence is being felt right now.
Oh my goodness, UPD Liman. I gotta... wait, I kinda...
yeah, what about UPD Liman?
I'm speechless right now because... again, I look back at the progress of UPD Liman in the previous splits kasi this is quite the journey for them. They started off with a lot of potential. Actually, per split, I keep on ranking them at the top of my list. Pero down the line, there's always these awkward moments where they have these very decisive losses, which puts them out of the running. So this is a true... This just goes to show how...
power, right?
Yeah, display of power. And at the same time, how patience is key talaga minsan. Sometimes it may take a while for you to reach yung prime mo talaga.
Yeah.
So, and UPD Liman definitely demonstrates that. Split per split, may mga upsets na nangyari. Pero right now, they're just showing so much strength. And it's just quite refreshing to see a team finally prevail. It just goes to show how much patience really pays off.
That's right. So far, so good. Kasi it's like, you know, they're playing out of their minds a lot of these points. I would be super surprised if UPD's made slip-ups at this point, because so far they are so immaculate in their engages, in their macro, in how they manage the creep waves. They never let up. And they have pretty much all their turrets intact, except for maybe that first turret, which was, of course, sort of brute force. And even then, nung pinupush yung turret sa mid na, sa bottom lane, meron pa rin gante, di ba? So, again, macro play in form of, in favor of UP here. We'll see if LCL Dasma has the strength, has the fortitude to weather the storm that UP Diliman is giving.
Oh man, but looks like this is gonna be DLSU looking to start something. Here comes the charge from Scarl, though very well played into the Taric ult, but things are definitely getting very sticky as Yeep actually gets the kill onto Artman. Looks like things are going south really fast as DLSU forced to back away. Now the two members are down from their side. And in which case, looks like UPD gonna go for the counter as they chase down members. But yeah, wow, 1 for 3. even though DLSU initiated that, still in favor of UP Diliman.
For a moment there, I thought that LaSalle Dasma had it. They were actually charging in, and they were pretty much all invulnerable. They had all the space that they wanted in order to push, but somehow UP Diliman forcing out.
Again, they didn't even need Iconic for that.
Yeah.
He was just split pushing in that bot lane, still had his teleport up. So again, this is just, again, UPD thinking like 2 to 3 steps ahead of LaSalle University. And, you know, I gotta commend DLSU though. They're making proactive plays to try to turn things around for them. It's just that UP Diliman definitely thinking way ahead.
Way ahead, like 2 steps ahead. You'll see that on this replay. Actually, it's gonna be not just a split push, it's a kill on Cypher. While they were charging on top, Iconic was actually able to chase him off. Or somehow, he just goes back. Cypher wants that kill. He wanted to take down Iconic para sulit yung split push, pero no, he got taken out in the end.
Unfortunately, yeah.
That somehow, and that also failed. That also caused the push on top to maybe fail a bit, because maybe they were a bit aware. They were thinking maybe what was gonna happen. Is Cypher gonna get it? Are we gonna be able to push forward? So maybe that moment cost LaSalle Dasma a chance on getting back some of that advantage.
That was probably not the best move from Cypher. They're thinking that he would be able to take down Iconic. If you're gonna look at his itemization right now, Iconic is way ahead of Cypher. Not to mention the fact that he has that Ninja Topi to boot in the Doran Shield to block off a lot of damage from Cypher. So again, DLSU really has to rethink how they go about this matchup. It looks like we're gonna have another fight right here. Arcmon focusing onto Veer. Veer very low on health, goes down to Scyther. Wow. DLSU getting a consolation prize, but looks like Iconic actually splitting this. Mad God taking a lot of damage from Iconic. Look at the confidence. Iconic flashing that badge right there. And looks like Mad God will be going down though. Iconic taking a lot of turret damage though, but this will force members of DLSU to back away.
Yeah, and that's great though, but I think they're not done. They want to want some revenge. They want it, they need it, and they are going to take it. Going in for
Iconic taking dealing quite the damage onto K right here. Buhang di pa siya tapos though, knowing very well that he's ahead, will be taking down Scyther. That is going to be the double kill, 1 for 2. Oh my goodness. Wow, UPD goes for the clean-up. Only Arcmon, the only remaining member left. Berserk still very healthy. Not to mention very tanky to a sense. Oh man, Iconic though. Looks like hindi niya pababalikin si Arcmon sa case na to, but still UPD coming up on top. 11-7 on the scoreboard.
Grabe dun sa Iconic. The plays that he is pulling off on the different side of the map is affecting plays that are happening on the completely opposite side right here in the mid lane. He was able to pull off a lot of attention. He was taking resources from the Dasma that they didn't even know they had. And UPD is getting advantages and advantages every single time.
Dito talaga natetest yung how DLSU can respond to this, because they can only do so much across the map in order to respond to whatever plays UPD does on Summoners. And that being said, UPD just wearing them out completely, and DLSU just really doesn't know how to respond to how UPD has been strategizing throughout this game. Always 1 step ahead, if not 2 to 3 steps ahead in fact.
That shows you the mindset that UPD has come into this series, using macro instead of just pure clashes and 45s that are just, you know, they don't what do you call this? Rely on that purely. They go into what they want. They know that they have a win condition that they need to fulfill, and then they play around it. And that's kind of what makes UPD such a great team in this sense.
I'm actually surprised that Asta used the blasting cone to get to that camp faster, because that being said, that might cost them later on once UPD goes for a Baron, and they wouldn't have that blasting cone for other members of the LSU to potentially respond. We'll just have to see how that plays out in the latter parts of the game.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, wow. I'm just in awe right now of how UPD has been playing this out.
It's a bit odd. Maybe Asta was thinking, they might use it to get into us in the latter end. So I'm not sure. Maybe in the mindset of LaSalle Dasma, they don't want to fight this on their jungle side. They want to fight it maybe lower down into the Baron pit. And that's, I don't, because from what I see, ganito LaSalle, what they want to do is they want to roll up into a ball. Right now, charges. Yeah, hold on. Hold on.
Oh, charge to back away. Run!
That's not a use of charge that you see every day.
Okay.
So right now, oh my god, UPD going in for the Baron.
Oh, this is what I've been talking about. without that blasting cone limits the options that DLSU has in order to respond to this, but it looks like UPD very focused on getting the Zara, and they actually do get it. This is going to be the fight right here. Members of DLSU came the first to go down, but looks like Bad God will be the next to go. Here we go for Zerk actually frontlining here right now. Arcmon will be the next juicy target. That is going to be the ace. UPD Liman, 16-7. Will they be able to finish this? Oh man, wow.
That was a very clean fight for UPD. I was surprised. They were able to juggle damage left and right, and the positioning for Blizzard was excellent. It was immaculate, and now that might cost the Saldasma most likely an inhibitor, or I don't know, maybe a Nexus Surge or two.
Oh, I mean, those are still like 10 seconds, or roughly 10 seconds for almost the remaining members. But UPD, without a doubt, will be getting a lot out of this. In fact, probably 2 inhibitors, and if they get lucky, even all inhibitors down, as the last inhibitor up actually after this push is going to be the bot lane.
Yeah, it's super scary how UPD has those creep waves right in the perfect position for a push. I mean, I didn't even expect. Even the bottom lane is almost pushed down. And they knew they had the buff. They applied the buff. They split it so immensely. Well, right now, I think Zerg wants to go in, but no. That's going to be a disengage from Master right there.
Wow. I'm trying to run potential scenarios wherein DLSU could come back from this. It's just that for every scenario that I could think of, UPD actually on top of that, knowing very well what conditions could get DLSU back into this game. That being said, if I were in DLSU's position, mahirapan talaga ako.
That's right. And I like the respect that UPD is showing to LaSalle Dasma, where they know LaSalle Dasma's win conditions revolve around a perfectly timed KO, a perfectly timed Mad God ultimate, and once that happens,
oh,
right now,
here we
Charm,
go. Iconic looking for something to get Arcmon. Slicing Maelstrom goes for the flash though, but looks like members of UPD in the vicinity to go for it. Asta might be the next to fall. Arcmon very, very low on health, forced to back away, but UPD continuing the chase for Zerk, getting the kill. That is 3 members of DLSU down. Will they be able to finish this though? Looks like they are seeking to finish this, and it's only Mad God and Scyther that remains to defend their turret. This is gonna be big. The UPD knocking on this Nexus right now. That is gonna be 1 turret down. Make that 2. Here goes for the push as the rest of UPD zones out DLSU for the defense. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, UPD Liman coming up big 2-0 in this matchup. Congratulations.
Grabe, UPD! What the heck was that? Those were very amazing. They were played out of their minds, especially Iconic. I like how he keeps getting all the attention to himself, and he makes those plays that impacts the team in ways that we do not always see. We see it everywhere. Iconic draws attention from 2 people, 3 people. Not only does he survive, he somehow manages to get a kill and get away with it really easily.
Sa totoo lang, ito yung moment na bawing-bawi si Iconic. Kumbaga kanina, siya yung parang sacrifice ngayon. Siya yung nag-shine sa game na to. But wow, I mean, still, props talaga sa De La Salle University Das Marinas. They're actually, I really like a lot of their players like Arcmon, Scyther, and even Asta. They've been such a joy to watch in this series. So let's go ahead and check out the results screen right here. So, ito talaga eh. Man. UPD Liman, a lot of look at the KDAs across the board. Iconic for Zerk, and wow. Nothing.
Basically everything revolved around maybe Iconic for that, and it was really amazing how they were able to do so.
Yeah, so tingnan natin itong damage across the board. Again, the damage coming from Iconic, grabe talaga. I mean, yan again, commendations to UPD Liman. They really did a great job, as well as to De La Salle University Das Marinas. They really fought their heart out in this series, and just so much commendations for them in this game. Grabe, grabe. But of course, surprise, surprise! Now you see Rockhart, now you don't. Go kasama ko ngayon DLSU K. So, yeah. Great job by the way. Guys did really good. Again, isa sa pinaka-wow factors, isa sa gusto ko actually tanungin sa'yo, ano yung naramdaman no nung ito sa Game 2, second banning phase, ang heavy ng emphasis sa ng ban sa'yo? So, what went through your mind and tingin mo, ang laki kasi ng respeto ng UPD sa'yo in fairness. They banned a lot of support champions sa'yo. So, how did you feel at that moment?
Na-feel ko lang na parang, syempre, ayun nga, last pick kasi, parang napag-usapan na din namin na parang ano talaga siya. Parang pag last pick ka, kailangan malawak yung sample mo. So ayun, malawak naman yung sample ko. Hindi lang ako ganun kasanay dun sa ibang samples. But ayun, so far naman, so good naman. Okay naman lahat nung mga games namin. So kulang lang talaga kami sa practice kasi finals namin this week.
Sa bagay.
Kasi parang hindi din kami magkatugma-tugma ng schedule because of yung OJT and finals, 4th year subjects.
Yung mga student struggles talaga. Tsaka, kung hindi ako nagkakamali, trisem.
Hindi pa. Pero nag-calendar shift kami ng August to
gaya ng ibang
January to
Pero in all fairness to you guys, you actually did pretty well despite, kasi alam kong struggle talaga yun pag sa mga students yung pagkakatugma ng schedule, trying to even figure out when you guys could practice na kompleto as a team. So, pero overall, like how does it feel for you guys na you made it to the Interconference series, compete against top 16, ang laking bagay nun out of like ang daming like hundreds and hundreds of collegiate teams. So, ano yung feeling na umabot kayo sa stage na to?
Well, syempre masaya kami kasi umabot kami dito. Pero aim namin syempre mag-champion. Lahat naman ang sumasali, mag-champion. Ayun, gusto namin pasalamatan lahat ng sumusuporta sa amin and gusto namin shoutout nga pala sa BIT 32. Sabi ni Mark, yung captain namin. Actually, yung captain dapat namin yung interviewin. Hindi lang siya sanay magpa-interview.
Shy.
And ayun, sobrang, gagalingan namin next term. Kasi pang third na sali namin this, So, sobrang saya namin nakapasok kami top 16. Hopefully next, ganun ulit.
Yeah, I really look forward to you guys. Kasi, for some reason, ang daming players nyo na tumatak sa isip ko. So, I'm really hoping na next split, maka-comeback kayo because I really see a lot of potential in you guys. So, but still, great job pa rin. Of course, sa mga audience natin, palakpakan natin ng DLSU, Dasmariñas, making the LaSalle peeps very, very proud. Pero yun guys, so that concludes the match for the game. But when we come back, we still have our last matchup for the game. Of course, we're gonna be taking a quick break muna. I have been your caster Arctic, and of course, with me earlier was Rockhart, and of course, kasama ko ngayon si DLSU K. That is our second matchup for the Lenovo LOL Collegiate League. Stick around as we will be right back after a short break. In order to respond to this, but it looks like UPD very focused on getting Zara. They actually do get it. This is going to be the fight right here. Members of the LSU, K, the first to go down, but looks like the Badcock will be the next to go. Here we go. For Zerk actually frontlining here right now. Arc1 will be the next juicy target. That is going to be the ace. UPD Milan, 16 and 7. Will they be able to the vicinity to go for it? Asta might be the next to fall. Arc1 very, very low on health. Forced to back away, but UPD continuing the chase for Zerk, getting the kill. That is 3 members of the LSU down. Will they be able to finish this though? Looks like they are seeking to finish this. As only Matt got Cypher that remains to defend their turret. This is going to be big. UPD knocking on this Nexus right now. That's going to be one turret down. Make that through. Here it goes for the push as the rest of UPD zones out DLSU for the defense. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, UPD Liman coming up big 2-0 in this matchup. Congratulations.
UPD, what the heck was that? Those were very nice.
Not enough Garena shells to buy the latest League of Legends skin? On sale now? Get shells anytime, anywhere with your Globe or Touch mobile number. Go to gamer.com.ph and sign up with your mobile number and enter the verification code you will receive via SMS. Log in and choose the game and pin you want. Check out to purchase the pin with your load or through your postpaid account and receive the pin on your phone instantly. Never miss a sale on your favorite League of Legends skins and champions with Gamer.